Welcome to Norman, Oklahoma, and the heart of the Sooner Nation. Memorial Stadium already rocking with the sounds of Boomer Sooner. We're going to hear that all day. Both teams have circled this game on their schedule. Two of college football's elite colliding here in a matchup of top 5 teams early in the season. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Trojans will kick it away to start us off. And it's fielded. Sort of trying to make something happen. Oh, and he fumbled it. And that's recovered by the kicking team. A lost fumble on the opening kickoff. Can you believe it?
That is an incredible job by this kickoff coverage team. You don't see many turnovers on kickoffs, but they just gifted their offense with a bonus possession.
The offense starts with a short field. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Defense able to contain him after that juke, but he picks up a solid gain.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And the same runner's got it again. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? And he scores. Touchdown, USC. And now here comes the point after attempt. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. First down here for this offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
It's a good, solid gain. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
2nd down after that previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That's good for a first down near the 40.
Well, good run here and a great reminder of what the Sooners are all about. I know they've had quarterbacks that have gone on to win the Heisman in recent years, and Sam Bradford and Jason White and Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, all great players. But, man, when I think Oklahoma, I still think of them running the football with Barry Switzer, option play, pitching it to the backs. Billy Sims, who won the Heisman, but DeMarco Murray and, of course, Adrian Peterson, Marcus Dupree. So great history, not just the quarterbacks, but running the football in Norman, Oklahoma.
Here's the toss play now, running to the right. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap and turns around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction that where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
keeping it on the ground here. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And the Sooners churn out another first down. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, everybody talks about sacks, and they're very important. But sometimes just the rush, the pressure, affecting the quarterback is just as effective. He didn't have a clean throwing lane, and they forced the incompletion.
Second down play coming up. Ball handed off.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your...
Third down play for this offense. They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. Breaking free at the 35. Powerful running into the secondary. Force out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal.
Chris, it's early in this football game, but the defense had a golden opportunity to come up with a stop, and they allow him to run the football on him to get the first down, and now it's first and goal. Missed a golden opportunity. Let's see how they respond here.
That huge play sets up a great opportunity. First and goal just outside the 5. Picks up a short gain, but is swarmed by the defense flying to the football.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Second and goal for the offense. Looking to score with a run to the right. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another third down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
After a long drive, it's a crucial 4-point play. Can they score a touchdown or have to settle for 3? Third and goal, looking to throw for it. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Chris, third down here, they throw the football, which I have no problem with down inside his 10-yard line. But the big thing is the quarterback has got to do a better job working through his progressions to give himself a chance. The last thing he wants to do is take a sack, and now they're facing fourth down.
No problem. Knocks it right through.
Now, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the return will be brought down. And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. That's reeled in. It's Holmes. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
That's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. They're going to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking for his big tight end. He pulls it in for a big gain. Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down.
He's tackled at the 28-yard line. First down for the offense. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, USC 7, Oklahoma 3.
A new set of downs after that completion. Off the play fake on first down. Here's the throw deep downfield.
Bruh, come on, dog.
The 25. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. After that huge play, this offense is now in scoring position. They moved into the red zone quickly.
Boy, Chris, you wonder what the next play will be for this offensive coordinator. Anytime you hit a big play like that, you get into the red zone, there's a tendency to want to go after the jugular. Use that momentum to your advantage. Let's see what they call right here.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
And the Trojans come to the line with 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking right, this one caught. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. He's escaping the pocket now. Looking for 6. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Extra point makes the lead 11. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. Tough to win these games kicking field goals. They know they need to reach the end zone this time. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. They'll hand it off. Breaking free at midfield. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Touchdown, Oklahoma. Just ran away from the defense.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Point after, not right through. Getting set to kick the ball off now. That one bounces through the end zone, so it'll start at the 25. And the USC offense is back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And he's got his man open downfield. Tackle is finally made, but it's down to the 28-yard line.
It's a nice throw and a great catch by this USC wide receiver to pick up a 1st down. And boy, oh boy, USC quarterbacks and receivers, efficiency and timing and speed and execution. Boy, they are putting it on display once again today.
And the Trojans will have 1st and 10 here. The shotgun running play call. Tackle made, but there's a flag down on the field. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And there's the handoff. Fights off a defender. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
The pass rush closing in. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down. Brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Nice gain.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the 1st down.
And the Trojans are in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Physical running, fights off the defender.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the 2nd half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up.
Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. So it's a 1st down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. To throw, it's Hawkins. Receiver makes the grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
What the fuck he pausing for?
as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
And you gotta love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He's going to take off. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. They're going to throw for it on third and short. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down. The Sooners come up to the line in the hurry-up. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. And he finds his target. He has the first. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know that this guy can make plays downfield, but Chris, how about this touchdown on fourth down? They throw it to him short. He not only picks up the first down, but with his wiggle and speed, he takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final seconds in the first half, they will just take a knee and head to the locker room. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talking about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Sooners will kick this away to start the second half. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Comes the USC offense back on the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. And they heave it deep downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Well, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
The offense now facing a third and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down.
Yes, sir.
Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Great job by this defense once again on that third down, and now we get to fourth down. And you start to think about things here as we get into the second half, Chris. You go for it, you make it, everybody's happy. If you go for it on fourth down and you don't get it, now you're giving your opponent the football in pretty good field position.
Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Can he make it? They can't catch him. Touchdown.
Let's fucking go, man.
An electrifying play, Kirk. He was just a better athlete than the guys trying to stop him on that coverage team.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by this returner. But let's also not forget the blocks. Some key blocks there that set this return up and eventually got him into the end zone.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Trojans offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. That's caught. It's Holmes. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Second down play coming up for this offense. We go with a direct snap. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Direct snap to the back. Good enough for the first down to the 37.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
The tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Here's the second down play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Short pass finds the tight end. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
Boy, just a great throw and outstanding accuracy by this USC quarterback. We always know over the years that SC has as much history as anybody at this quarterback spot, and sure is living up to that right now.
He's running out of time here. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack. The Trojans come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. He'll take a deep shot here.
What the fuck, bro?
Inside the 10. Touchdown, Southern California. Strong game by this quarterback. Now they line up to kick the extra point.
Trip.
PHC is good. They still trail, though. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Fields it just outside the goal line. They stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments.
Fuck, bro. This nigga threw some bullshit.
And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris.
Why he throw it like that?
Ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
The offensive coordinator's got to love this starting field position. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. Finding some room at the 25. Touchdown, SC. And they go in front here in the second half.
I'm keeping this nigga in the game.
Trying to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Now they get set to kick it away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Sooners offense is back on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? They'll toss it to the right side. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. The 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Made the defense look slow that time.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the USC offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it go quickly.
Bro, who is this nigga, bro?
Finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And an explosive gain.
Who is this nigga, dog?
Across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff.
He's brought down at the 41-yard line. 2nd down.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Oklahoma 31, USC 28.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Takes the handoff again. Able to pick up just a couple of yards. That's good run defense. They could use some yards here on 3rd down. A field goal try would be from 54. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Finds an open target on the left side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on 3rd down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down.
Fucking go. Get 3.
Defense with a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
So now we'll have a field goal attempt, one of the biggest moments of this game so far. This will be a 39-yard attempt. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. And we are tied up now here in the fourth quarter. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And he's tackled just short of the 25. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. Toss play. Back heads to his right. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Hell no.
Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. To throw, it's Hawkins. Looks to the left, and it's complete. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
And the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Important second down play coming up. And the quarterback dropping back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. He's brought down out at the 46.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning as the clock stops. Give both coaches a chance to strategize here before the time runs out. Offense getting set. Second down play here. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. They get to the line in a hurry here for this third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looks like he's going to run it. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in the fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space in lanes, and he takes off and picks up a first down.
They'll switch it up, looking to throw. He breaks free. Oh, the ball is not free. Who's got it? And the defense jumps on the football.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before. recognized that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Fuck.
So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And here comes the USC offense back on the field. Here we go. One last chance for this offense to score and win it in regulation. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Defense trying to get the stop here and send this to overtime. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. And that run produces a decent gain.
But I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
So now it's 3rd and short with 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And a timeout taken by the defense here with 19 seconds to play.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on 4th down. Boy, snap to the back. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a 1st down.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. And the offense will spend a timeout, just 14 seconds left on the clock. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. The back's got it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. And here comes the field goal unit onto the field. So here we go. This will be a 51-yard field goal attempt to win the game. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. So here we go. This will be a 51-yard field goal attempt to win the game.
Let's go.
Field goal try, no good. He missed it. And with the miss, he remained tied. Our first play of overtime. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And the Trojans will crank up the tempo. Try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
Looking to throw it on first down.
Catch the ball.
As he's hit, but it's incomplete.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Pass caught. Can he get in? Into the end zone to take the lead here in OT.
This receiver is putting on a show today. That is 3 trips to the end zone already. And based on how this defense is playing against him, this may not be the last time we see him in the end zone today.
And they tack on the extra point. So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. Handoff from the shotgun. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Catch made on the left side. Tackled after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Here comes a crucial third down play. They have 2 plays to make this, needing a touchdown to stay in the game. Well, the power run is stuffed, barely makes his way back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on third down, almost pick up the first down. What it does, though, is gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that first down.
This nigga ran to the right, bro. I ran a nigga over.
So it all comes down to this 4th down and short. If they don't get it, it's game over. Trying for a 4th down completion.
That's ball game. Fuck, nigga.
Overtime interception.
GG, bro.
A takeaway, and that will seal the victory.